It's like you gotta constantly think about when Ibuki might V-skill. Like, how can I punish her for hitting the V-skill? Like, there it is. There it is. That was the V-skill and the punish for it with the heavy punch. Does Ibuki have any frame traps for her V-skill? Nah, it's really slow. It really is about the distance. I can show you. We can take a look at the way it behaves. V-skill hold. So it's really not that bad. She doesn't really go backwards. Yes, she does. So this is the starting position. Then she moves backwards. And it's not by a whole lot. It starts here. And then it moves backwards by that much. But for a long time. Man, for 21 frames, she shifts backwards. And then 22, she moves forward a little bit. And then attacks. What's important is how much the active is extended past the hurt box. It's way back there. So yeah, that really is the trick to it. It's just she moves backwards a little bit, and she's like that for a long time, and then boom. You would think it's more punishable, right? But because the hitbox is so wide, it means you have to be standing right here. You need to be right here so that it whips. And then when she retracts here, you have to be able to hit this from where you're standing for just a few frames. Well, actually a couple. And then she moves backwards. So this is a long distance to cover. So it's just not likely to happen. It's almost better if you jump at her and like predicting it, or like Sako did, hit a heavy punch to hit the start above it, get the crush counter. So yeah, it's a really difficult move to deal with. What I try to do is just find the rhythm when they want to hit their V-skill. Like, what block string are they using it? Does the V-skill count as a projectile? I believe it nullifies projectiles, but I don't feel confident in saying that. I try to jump it. That makes me wonder if you could jump it on reaction. Like, what's the startup of it? You probably can. So 15 for the regular one and 25. Yeah, you can jump off. You can jump over this during the startup on reaction. But this one, it's hard, really hard. It's really pushing it. You might be able to. For the regular non-charged V-skill, 15 is reactable. But barely. I did the math today about like human reaction stuff, and then like thinking, let me show you. Human bench mark. Alright? Okay, we need some toes to do this. Alright. Okay. Okay. Yeah! 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 I'm 31. I'm 31. Okay. Average is 183. Average is 183 milliseconds. Okay. Street Fighter V, somewhere around 15 frames is where you can react to stuff perfectly. If it's just one thing you're looking for, you might be able to do that, right? This is called human benchmark. Okay, so if we want to convert milliseconds to frames, we gotta divide, I think, 1,000. Oh shoot, 1,000 divided by 60, right? Yeah. So this means 16, like 0.7 milliseconds is one frame, right? So if I take my number 185 and divide it by 16. 0.7. 11. So when I'm like firing off on all steering wheels, I can react in 11 frames? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. But we know that fighting games introduce input delay. So this number is going to get increased by 3, 4, 5. So guess what? That puts us at the range at about 15 and 16. 15 and 16 frames. So the math adds up. So the way you can use this is, let's say that 15 is correct for Street Fighter 5. If I can whiff punish something in 15 frames, it doesn't mean that there's a 15 frame whiff and I can punish it, because I gotta look at the startup of my move. If there's a 20 frame move and then I have a 5 frame move to punish that with, then I can do it. But I have to be like on fire. But there's that. I don't know why I brought that up, but it's good stuff. Oh yeah, because we're looking at this. So 15 startup, right? So that means I have the reaction speed to jump over it. If I see it, like I'm sharp and I see it, I jump over it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gonna punish it with my jump. Probably not, actually. Because if I jump over this, like perfectly, she still has 25 frames to recover. Jumps are around like 40 frames total. So even if I jump over this, she'll probably recover before I'm able to punish her with the jump attack. There's only wish punishing in this game. That's another subject as well. Because even though you might have the numbers required and the reaction required, do you have the distance? Do you have the reach to be able to hit them, their extended hurt box? And sometimes their hurt box just goes away and you can't even hit them even though you have the reactions required. You know what's crazy? I did that human benchmark test earlier today and I was in like the 200 millisecond range. And I did it just now. Had a little bit of caffeine in me. Feeling pretty good. Got it up there. Okay, where were we?